That to the right is the entry to the ring road that was started in about 1999 or 2000. This part of it, this leg of the ring road, got opened in 2001, as I recall. And going to the left, it goes over, crosses the Nile at Monib Bridge. And the reason the Bassettine project was called the Bassettine project was because it was near the graves, the tombs. And you can see there's some pipes bursting in the area, so you see quite a bit of flooding in the street right here. No sheep. Wow, look at that gas station. Looks like it's being demolished. It's not just empty. It looks in bad shape. There's people working, so it's not closed. They don't have any fuel though. L-I-G-A-M-E-N-T. And we're now passing through the tomb area, the Bassettine area proper. Back when I was here in the middle 80s, it was referred to as the City of the Dead by the expats, but I don't think that's what the Egyptians called it. But if you read the book Patience, Mr. Pat, by Mr. Pat, it's a novel about that time period. There's some fact, but a lot of fiction in the book. And it was rewritten as an e-book titled Project Egypt, also by Mr. Pat, Patrick Wally, R-O-E-L-L-E. And you can see here is the citadel. That was Muhammad Ali, right? Yeah. The first king of Egypt, of Turkish descent, as I recall. Or he might even have been Turkish, I'm not sure. aside from the pyramids, that's probably the most impressive structure of historical Egypt. It stands out as a beacon. In the old days, I used to say you could never get lost in Cairo because either you were near the pyramids, the Nile, the airport, or the Citadel. And as long as you were by one of those, you knew the direction to go home. But when I came back in 2000, I got lost because there's so many structures now that you cannot see them from a distance. You have to be almost upon them to see them. And so it's a little easier to get lost now. Straight ahead in view is, what's the name of that area? Manshed Nasr. We're heading towards Nasr City and Heliopolis right now. It's not Heliopolis of the ancient Egypt, it's really a new Heliopolis. The Heliopolis, written by clerics of the ancient Egypt, also known as On, is now the Ain Shams area, and the area where it is said that Virgin Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus stopped nearby there is now known as Matereya Square. One day we'll take a trip there. A kilometer from there is the oldest still standing in its original location Masala. Looks quite a bit like the Washington Monument. It's the Temple of Sesostris. Sesostris II, I believe. And a kilometer from that location, there were some recent archaeological discoveries. I say recent, approximately 10 years ago. And the English term for the Masala is obelisk. The area also was known as the Temple of On, or Ra, Re. Modern day we pronounce it Ra, but it was properly pronounced according to the books I've referenced or read. It was really pronounced in those days as Ray. So you'll see it sometimes spelled R-A, as in Thor Heyerdahl made a journey, the Ra expedition, but of course he was pronouncing it wrong as well. It should have been pronounced the Ray expedition. And he was trying to prove that the ancient Egyptians were one of the groups, at least, that discovered the Americas. That they used a papyrus boat or raft to cross the Atlantic Ocean to the New World. Some claim he proved it happened. Others say that he only proved that it could have happened. And there's really not any real good evidence that I'm aware of that indicates any proof that it did happen. The pyramids in Central America, I don't think compare at all to the pyramids of Egypt. They don't compare to the step pyramids or any other. Of course, I haven't been to see them myself, but one day, inshallah, Dina and I will visit them. That was the Mayan ruins. Now, for those of you unaware, Thor Heyerdahl's first adventure on the high seas was heading west from, I guess, Peru or Ecuador, using Kon-Tiki. And that was one of my favorite books when I was young. This bridge immediately ahead of us is the 6 October Bridge. Those who take it go from Nasr City or Heliopolis into downtown Cairo without passing through all the residential streets. It can get rather packed, and of course, if you want to see what a drive on it is like, I've posted videos under the name These Inspire at Google. We're now on the Autostrad, by the way. We have been for several minutes. Back in 1986, this was brand new, just opened just before I came to the country. And up ahead of us was, back in 1981, was the parade grounds at which President Anwar Sadat shot and killed, and Vice President Hosni Mubarak was shot and wounded on October 6th, 1981. Across from that location, that pavilion, is the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. And also the tomb of Anwar Sadat. You're now approaching those original parade grounds. And there's the pavilion. And there is the tomb. Near the tomb, a little bit to the east of it, but when I say a little bit, a few hundred yards, is the, or meters, is the football field for Ali, the team known as Ali. Pretty much the New York Yankees of
the Cairo Stadium
soccer.
For Ahli or Zamalek or whatever.
Oh, they all play in it? Okay.
Yeah, Cairo Stadium.
Okay. I guess it's Cairo Stadium that several teams play at, but my wife has corrected me. I thought Zamalek had a stadium in Zamalek.
In Zamalek,